Star vs. the Forces of Evil belongs to Daron Nefcy, Disney Channel, and all other people associated with its creation. Please support Star vs. the Forces of Evil and go buy the Magical Book of Spells. Okay, everybody, Raspberry Barrel here, and now for the last part of Cresenta the Eager's chapter. We left off, and Cresenta just said that the monsters have accepted that there's going to be an election. Heir of the Bunnies, Year 10. And the winner of the election is Pema Avarius. Were you worried? Well, I wasn't. I happen to be supremely good at campaigning. The secret to any plan is believing in it. And we did. We spent the year and tons of gold smearing Seth's name and reputation. By contrast, we got Pema the best speechwriters. We staged her saving a baby monster from a burning mud hut. We gave her whole cornfields to give to the monsters. Despite that, the vote was still close. But thank the stump, Pema is the winner. Fair and square. She's currently enjoying her new castle and helping us implement lots of new and exciting rules for the monsters. We did it! Heir of the Bunnies, Year 11. As always, very busy. Everything is going wonderfully. Queen Pema Avarius is doing a great job keeping the monsters in check, and they haven't given us any trouble. Emily has been attending my meetings with the Magical High Commission, and they just think she's wonderful. Glossric even likes her. A surprise, because you know who Glossy spends most of the time with than me? My lazy sister Gerhenia. That's who. She and Chad are back from being lone wolves and have decided to live in a tent in the garden. Great. Luckily, I'm creating some new restrictions on where and for how long you can have a tent set up in a public space. Heir of the Bunnies, Year 12. I'm excited to announce that I am making Emily my chief advisor and partner in ruling Muni. I have given it a lot of thought, and although I am more than capable of ruling on my own, it is nice to have someone by my side when I am making big decisions. Plus, we're compatible in every way. Isn't that great? The first decision we made together was to take a vacation in the Waterfolk Kingdom. Me and Emily on vacation. Now, at this point, I have literally written over 5,000 spells. Far too many to put in this one book. For all my spells, please go to the Castle Library and reference Cresenta Spells, volumes 1 through 26. Emily and I believe I should write a few of my most special spells in this book to give you, the future generations, a taste of my abilities. I've picked a few unique ones for your enjoyment. You see, I've created too many. Sometimes I get creative. I like this one because it shows both my genius and imagination. And quickly, let's do this secret code. It says, "Oh, you broke your bone? How sad. You should have taken care of yourself better. Now you have a demon curse. Reliceo Demonias Infestica. To be cast in the rare instance when you need to heal a broken bone and infect the host with a demonic tentacle virus. Part 1. Simply power up your wand. 2. Lift it over your head. 3. Shoot it toward the person you wish to both heal and infect and say, Reliceo Demonias Infestica. Part 2. The bone heals. 2. Virus braids itself into the host's skeletal system. 3. Healed bone hatches into a sentient tentacle being. 4. Tentacle being turns evil, implanting negative and discouraging thoughts into the host. A note from Star. Yes, creative. This is the spell I used to try to heal Marco's broken arm. I used the Echo Creek reading technique as skimming. If you skim, it does look like a bone healing spell. I see zero use for this spell. A note from Glossric. You're wrong, Star. This spell is beneficial. I used it exactly twice, both on Romulus. How do you think he got those nifty snake hands? Very useful. Cresenta was pretty obnoxious, but she did know how to make a spell. Also, remember, Star, always be a dipper, not a skimmer. Annexus Ignis Iadem. To cast in the rare instance when you need to tie your shoes and set a building on fire. Part 1. Put your shoes on your feet. Don't be lazy. This spell won't do that for you. 2. Point your wand at your shoes. 3. Blast your shoes and say Annex Ignis Iadem. Part 2. Your shoelaces tighten to perfectly symmetrical bunny ears. 2. You will be surrounded by fire. 3. Get out of the building quickly. Warning, don't skim this one. Note from Star. Lux Locus Scaborosus. To be cast in the rare instance when you need to light up a dark room and make everyone around you horrifyingly itchy. Part 1. Go into the dark room you wish to light up. 2. Hold your wand out in the dark. 3. Quietly say, Lux Locus Scaborosus Falsus. You can find this spell in volume 19. And there's a picture of it. Part 2. Room will be lit from within by a beautiful golden light. 2. If anyone is with you in the room, they will start with a small itch on the ankle. 3. The itch will quickly spread all over their body until they are writhing on the ground in horrible itchiness. No, Star says. Regulus solemn lacrimae. Take away feelings of loneliness so you can get to work. This spell I used a lot before I met Emily. It takes away all negative thoughts and feelings so you can just go on with the day-to-day duties of being Princess of Muni. Secret message. Keep productive at all times. Step 1. Point your wand to your temple. 2. Say, Regius solemn lacrimae. 3. Pull the negative thoughts out of your brain like little threads. 4. Enjoy the rest of your productive workday. Second secret code on the page. It says, life isn't for the weak. And last secret message on that page. Get over your weakness, you turd. And then here's this secret code right here that some kind of blends in, but let's just go ahead and read it. It says, I have spent my life being great, but only Emily truly appreciates it. Okay. A list of some of the other spells you can find by me, Cresenta Butterfly, in the Royal Library. Avum Kent Come. Makes you hear lovely bird sounds in your ears wherever you go. Brutum Fulmen. Makes thunderbolts. Bola Spyro. Will encase you in a bubble so you can breathe underwater. I used this when I was on my vacation in the Waterfolk Kingdom. Fiducium Speculo. Will give you loads of confidence. Digitus Pylgomi. Will paint your nails and give you webbed fingers at the same time. You can find this spell in volume 22. And here's an image of it. Frumentum Delectamente. Makes bland corn taste delicious. Habitu Aluximum. Will pick out an outfit for you in the morning so you don't waste precious time thinking about it. Industria Calpulus. Will give you loads of energy. Labi Ruthus. Make an endless maze in which you can trap your enemies. Lupus Matutus Soro. Will turn your sister into a real wolf so she shuts up about being a lone wolf. Magus Armis. Will give you extra arms for getting more things done at once. Nahuli Funga Manulus. Will take away a flying ponyhead's ability to fly. Novis Inamabilis Scururus Cornuu. Will turn a squirrelicorn inside out. Papulu Multa Calput. Will make any butterfly have multiple heads and tongues. Helpful for pollinating the kingdom's rose gardens. Samuni Nulu Magnus. Will make it so you can get 8 hours worth of sleep in just 4 minutes. And that was the end of Cresenta the Eager's chapter. So she has thousands of spells, and these are just a couple of them. And you can see there are some pretty gruesome ones. Like, why would you need to turn a squirrel to corn inside out? And why would you need to tie your shoes and set a building on fire? Or make everyone around you incredibly itchy? It's not like in her examples she's showing that she's like hurting monsters. These are humans in her examples. And the whole Relictio Demonius Infestica, that was the spell, as Star said, that gave Marco the monster arm. That it said it would return, but, you know, it didn't really. It just got kind of mentioned a couple times, but it never did return. And then Glosrix says here, as he sort of said in Skywind's chapter, that he gave Romulus, he put this spell on Romulus 2 times to give Romulus his weird snake arms that are supposed to make Romulus more and more evil, but they seem to be working really slowly. Because of Glosstric's weird time jumping abilities, I'm going to say Skyward thing happened, he went back in time to Cresenta, got the spell, and then went back to Cresenta, or I don't know, Glosstric is just crazy. She talks more about Emily and how they're, such great friends. That's nice. It's nice that she found at least one good friend. And then we do see Emily. Emily said she wanted to be a doctor. And in one of, I think it was Ready, Aim, Fire, one of the last episodes in Season 4, we do see a book that Eclipse is reading that is by Emily, Dr. Kelpbottom. Cresenta turns Trahenia into a wolf. And she's kind of negative also. Cresenta is just a very interesting character. Then she went through puberty. She's like, I think, one of the only queens that mentions puberty at all. And as it's said in her chapter, and I think somewhere else in the book, only the butterfly family can do it, but not every butterfly can do it. Like, Eclipsa had never dipped down before until, she was uncrystallized around Star's time and was trying to stop Moon from, hurting Meteora. That was the first time she dipped down. So that means that Eclipsa would have never gone through puberty, because it's... Or if she did go through puberty, she just, didn't do that. So either Eclipsa did go through puberty once, but just never mastered dipping down, and so her being able in the last episode to use her butterfly form like that was like, whoa, you're not supposed to be able to do that until you, master dipping down. That's a surprise. And it does say that, yes, the butterfly form is dipping down. A lot of people are like, the butterfly form and dipping down aren't the same. You can only do the butterfly form once you've, mastered dipping down. And your first butterfly form is supposed to be your first dip down. So if Eclipsa said, I never dipped down before, that means she never went through puberty. So, yeah, I'm talking a lot about Eclipsa, and this is Cresenta. So her chapter is just really interesting. So yeah, in a whole, her chapters she's a little jealous of her sister. She's always kind of wants to go by rules and say, she wasn't going to be queen, but she was given the chance to become a queen, and she had to work for that. So all these other people that are born with all this crazy stuff, they don't deserve that. They should have worked for their power. She's altogether a very interesting queen. So that's where we're going to end this chapter. Thanks for listening, everyone. Star vs. the Forces of Evil belongs to Daron Nefcy, Disney Channel, and all other people associated with its creation. Please go support Star vs. the Forces of Evil and go buy the Magical Book of Spells. Thanks. Bye.